Okay, so we watched that review video about things that we've been talking about these past few days. So let's take a look at this word problem. Everybody on page 215?
Yeah.
Okay, a sports store orders 4 boxes of baseball caps. Each box has 40 caps. How many baseball caps does the store order? Well, if we look at it just like that, what kind of multiplication equation would we write? They order 4 boxes. Each box has 40 caps in it. What would our multiplication equation look like? Write it down. Did we already do that? We didn't start this page, did we?
No.
Okay.
We were going to stop and then we did a whiteboard.
So what did you write down for that equation, everyone?
4 times 40.
Okay. Keep that equation in your mind. Got it? Because I'm going to have you turn the page. We're going to look at how they use pictures to help represent that same information. Now, if the pictures are confusing to you, would you want to use pictures?
No.
No. Do they just try to give you different ways to solve this to help you understand it better?
Yeah.
Yes, that's their goal. That's what they're hoping to do. All right, so we know that there's 4 boxes and there's 40 caps in each one of those boxes. So their picture, it says, you can use base 10 blocks to help understand the problem. So they're saying this is the first group, the first box, and it has 40 hats in it. So they're saying each one of these 10s represents 10 hats, right? So 10, 20, 30, 40. Are there 40 in this one?
Yes.
Are there 40 hats in this box? Whoopsies. In this box?
Yes.
Are there 40 hats? They're not really hats, but are there 40 hats in this box? Oh, I did it again.
Yes.
Yes. So they say 4 groups of 4 10s is like saying 4 times 4 10s. Remember in the video it showed us that also? 4 10s is the same as 40, which is what you wrote on the page before, right? So we know that 4 times 4 10s equals 16 10s. Now, 16 10s is the same thing as 160, because when we wrote 4 times 40, remember the trick that we can use? 4 times 4 is 16. I need to add that 0 to my product. So 16, put a 0 at the end of it, it now becomes 160. Let me make this bigger and slide this up. Remember talking about that. 4 times 40. If we just focus on those 2 digits, what did we just say 4 times 4 is?
16.
Amy, you want to focus and join us, please? Thank you. 4 times 4 is 16. But I have a 0 that I need to move over into my product. So now 4 times 40 equals 160. Okay. They have just broken this down into steps. So we started with 4 times 40, which is exactly what we wrote on that page before. You can write 40 as 4 times 10. They broke that apart. There are 4 tens in 40, which is what they're saying right there. So instead of having 2 factors, now they changed it to 3. Is the total amount different? Is the product going to change?
No.
No. They're just trying to break this down into smaller numbers for us. Okay? Then you can change how you group things. You could change the order of it. Do you remember what that was called? That big long word. Associative property. It's just when you change those factors around.
I wonder why it's so big when it just means something small.
Right? I know. I don't know. All right. So they go through and they're changing the way that they're ordering it, the way they're grouping it, I mean. And so they finally change it to where it is 4 times 4 times 10. And we know that 4 times 4 is 16. So then 16 times 10. Do you know at least what 16 times 1 would be? What is 16 times 1?
16.
16. But I have to add that 0 to my product at the end. So now 16, add that 0 to the end because I have 16 tens. It is 160. I think sometimes how many of you understand all of their steps that they're showing you here? Be honest. Okay, some of us get, I think, a little confused in all the different steps. I want you to think about the best way for you to solve these problems. How many of you prefer looking at it just as how you wrote it here? Whoops, 4 times 40. How many of you are comfortable with this way too? Some of you might be good with both ways, the ways they break it all down, or just having these factors. Like that. Does this make sense to you?
Yes.
Okay. So does it matter which way you end up solving it?
No.
No. If adding those different steps in there confuses the heck out of you, don't do it that way. Okay? If solving it, oh, I erased it. But if solving it the way that, go back to that page, this page here. Show me how you would solve that problem. What would you do to make it simple for you to solve 4 times 40? Is there only one right way to solve this?
No.
No, there's a lot of different ways to solve this. What's the important thing though, after you have it all solved? What's your goal?
To get the correct product.
Right, to get the correct product, the correct answer. And in this case, what is the correct product, everybody?
160.
160. Okay. I can't write with my left hand. All right, 160 was our goal for that one. I think, let me scroll through here. We're gonna jump ahead to page, what is this one? 218. Show me how you would solve problem 8 here. 60 times 8. Show your work. Show me how you would solve that. Is it important to know what 6 times 8 is?
Yeah.
Yes. Show what you would do in that space provided to solve 60 times 8. How would you go about doing that? Think about 6 times 8. How many of you know what the product of 6 times 8 is? Natalia? She is correct. 6 times 8 is 48. So, 60 times 8 would be what? It's like saying 6 tens times 8. So if I have 48 tens, what do I have? 48 tens. Oh, I forgot I can't erase on this one. So 48 tens is the same as having what total number for my product? Amy?
480.
Yes, 480. How'd you do?
Good. I was just double checking 6 times 8 was mine.
Okay. Let's look at 9. There are 40 nickels in a roll of nickels. Tal has 7 rolls of nickels. How many nickels does she have in all? Show me how you would solve this one. For right now, it's okay to use your math fact sheet to help you.
I double checked the math. I'm gonna double check my math sheet.
Alrighty. Oh, I turned this off.
So what did you multiply together from this problem? Lucas? 40 times 7, is that what you said? Do you agree? Oh, I did it again. Do you agree with Lucas? 40 times 7? Okay. What could I do next to help me out here? Haley?
You could multiply 4 times 7.
Okay. So look specifically at 4 times 7. And those of you that either used your math reference sheet or you just know that multiplication fact, what is 4 times 7? Everybody.
28.
28. Am I done? No. Because I'm talking about, I had some tens over here, right? So if I have 28 tens, that means my 0 needs to be added over here. Am I right? So what did you end up with?
280.
Okay, so we know that 4 times 7 is 28, so 40 times 7 is 280. This isn't part of the problem, but I's looking up here. What if, so I'm going to write over here, 4 times 7 equals 28. 40 times 7 is 280. What would 400 times 7 be? Could I still figure out 4 times 7? And that is what?
28.
It's still 28. How many zeros do we have here?
2.
Do those need to be placed over here?
Yes.
So now we have 2,800. What if I wanted to multiply 4,000 times 7? What's 4 times 7?
28.
It's still 28. How many zeros are over here?
3.
Do I need to put those behind my answer? How many?
3.
1, 2, 3.
Good.
So 4,000 times 7 is 28,000. Okay. Let's look at 10. 7 times 30. Show me how you would solve that one. Hands on your hips if you have the product. The product of 7 times 30. On the count of 3, shout out what your product is. 1, 2, 3.
210.
I agree with you. Because what is 7 times 3?
21.
21. But I have that 0 in there. I need to add, I need to add that 0 behind my
21.
answer of 21, and that gives me the 210. All right, what time is it? I want you to put your workbook away, and in just a minute, you're going to get your Chromebook out. And I want you to do the self-correcting multiplication facts like we did yesterday. I think you added that to your favorites. You bookmarked it.
So it's the number 1.
It is, I don't know if I bookmarked mine though. I did not bookmark mine. But did I send it?
In our classroom.
It was in the classroom.
Yeah, it was our math.
I bet I have it in Noah's then too. Nope. Oh, I put his up here. Okay. So it was the one that looked like this when you open it up.
Can I do the other one?
Okay, let's do these specific, well, if you want to do the ones that count down the time for you, the Math Magician one, that's fine too. But if you get stressed out only having that 60 seconds to practice those facts, then I would go to the specific ones that you need help with on here. All right, but if you want to go to the other one, the other website, that's fine. I'll let you decide. Sound like a plan?
Yep.
Any questions?
Nope.
Okay, you may sit around the room. We're gonna practice facts.